Yo, what's going on, folks? Hello, how are ya? How is everyone doing? How's it going today? We are streaming. Might not be a long stream, but what we're gonna do is we've got the shop open. We did a card show yesterday. The Yokimon booth was open. We made some trades, did some stuff. So we're gonna look through some of the cards we got, see kind of how we did, organize some of the stuff, and then I gotta start pricing some of the new cards out. So doing a vendor recap sort of thing today. So yeah, we'll see how we did. It was a solid show. It was in Hamilton. The start of the show was a little slow. It started to pick up. There were some decent deals, not the craziest things, but some decent stuff. Yeah, it was fun. Regardless, lots of fun. Bidoof, hello man, nice to see you. Nice to see you at the show too. Didn't get to chat with you as much as we did the last one, but she goes, at one point we were pretty busy. Even Papa Zoom Zoom came by and I barely got to say hi to him. Which is, it's a good sign for the business, but yeah. But it was fun. So let's start to take a look at some of these cards we got. Yo, Fuzzy Buddy, welcome. Thanks so much for the follow. How are you? How's it going? So you weren't going crazy. That was him. That was the Papa Zoom Zoom. You know what? I skimmed through a clip because we were trying to see when there was I can't say too much. There was a little something. There was a little gift being bought for someone, so we had to turn away. So I wanted to see that part of the stream. It's going good over here. We're talking about yesterday's card show. We're gonna go over some of the stuff I got. So yeah, it's going pretty good. Good to hear it's going well for you. So yeah, looking through this clip with Papa Zoom Zoom, I saw it. Bidoof, you were at the booth at the same time as Papa Zoom Zoom, but I don't know if you guys ever got introduced. And I was like, dude, it's like all the worlds colliding. Pretty cute. Okay, so this is my little goodie bag of things. Starting off with a gold Pokeball from Celebrations. Got this bad boy in. We traded a Luminion V alt art from Crown Zenith. This was right at the end of the day. I was like, I recognize that voice. Then we've got, what do we got? That's my Yokimon e-transfer thing. This one was a bit of an interesting deal. Victini EX full art from Plasma Storm. Condition, not mint, but it's honestly not that bad. Plasma Storm, my beloved. I think this was a decent pickup, though. I forget exactly, but he took my Iron Valiant alt as well as a smaller sort of alt art, I think. So we got it for a decent value, about 130-ish, but near mint is 700, which I'm probably gonna list this higher than 130, but on eBay I saw I could buy at this very moment the same Victini in a similar condition for about 130 bucks. So I was like, I can't justify spending more than that or trading more than that. So I was like, I could value it around 130 and then give you 80% trade on it from there. So So feels like a decent pickup, I think. But towards the upper limit, I guess, of what I'd be willing to spend on that. Because otherwise, I would have just bought the card on eBay if I really wanted it, kind of thing. Lindiana, hello, welcome. You ended up spending about as much as wanting to spend yesterday, only $20. Hell yeah, man. It's so easy to overspend at card shows, so like, good on you for sticking to your limit. You know, at first the show was slow. We ended up doing a good amount of pickups, an okay amount of trades. I think I like trades the best because I'm not like out money, I'm not out inventory, but I'm growing my value. So I think trades are kind of my favorite thing. But let's show you some of the stuff we got. Some of these were straight pickups for cash, and then others were trades. We took in a reverse hollow Gengar from Platinum Arceus in a pretty solid condition. So that's a cute one. Articuno Hollow from Majestic Dawn. We came by towards the end of the show, saw some more empty spaces in the display. You know what? There were actually a lot of cards taken out of the display this time around compared to the last show. The last show, I think we only moved like 3 display cards. This one was like at least 10. And there were like 3 right at the start from the guys at Paradox. Emir Top Cut. Hello. I think there's a different Emir in the YouTube chat. Hello. Primal Kyogre. I'm pretty sure I picked up 2 of these yesterday, which is crazy. I'm a big Kyogre fan, and with the speculation of like some Gen 3 stuff coming next year, I was like, you know, no reason not to take on some Kyogres. Then we've got 3 World Champion cards, which I feel like shouldn't be nearly as expensive as they are. So, I don't know if I want to be taking these ones on, but they're neat. I'll give you that. They're neat, but it's a bit of a tougher one on these. I don't know how to feel. So, these I take in maybe at a lower percent. Giovanni's Exile. I was talking about how I think the Pikachu from Celebrations is a cool card to hold on to. I think this is only like a $5 card. I think this is a fantastic card to be holding on to. Just get some Giovanni's going. Just looks sick. You got the red R in the background. Ended up getting the Scarlet Violet Pikachu promo. Another Pikachu. Buddy put the price on the damn sleeve. What are you saying? Oh, the like the actual sleeve of the card? Trying to peel the sticker off. You know, this card I didn't notice at the moment. It's almost in like a damaged condition. So I'll probably end up, I don't know if I'll keep this one, or I'll probably end up just throwing it in the $5 binder anyway. But the corner's got like, almost like, I don't know if that'd be factory wear or someone just kind of bumped it against something. It's not like the worst, but it's not the cleanest corner up there. But the backside has like no evidence of anything. Another sleeve lost to the ether. See you at the Yokimon booth. We like when people can keep their things. Also, one thing I've noticed is people don't sleeve up the slabs. So then you have this nice slab, and the surface is getting scratched. You can't change out the surface of a slab. So, like, you always need that in a sleeve. My sleeves aren't the best, but they're at least something. People who walk around with, like, the stack of slabs, it's like, you gotta put a barrier between everything and that. It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, that's huge. Okay, this was a bigger pickup. I forget the actual price. I think it was right around $500 cash, but we picked up some waifu trainers with an Espeon VMAX Alt, which felt decent, solid. A lot of cash, though, to spend at once. But solid for the price, because Espeon's going for about $475 right now. Some of these trainers are a little more like Delinquent, TV Reporter, Roller Skater. These three are pretty cheap at the bottom. So, like, decent. Not a bad one. Spends thousands on a slab, but refuse to spend $1 on a plastic cover, honestly. The plastic covers I use are, like, just cheap little things, too, so it's not like they perfectly fit the slab, but, like, you have a bit of extra plastic hanging off the ends, but it still completely seals and covers the slab. This was a weird one. Might have to recheck the footage. We got Primal Groudon from Primal Clash. Super cool card. Really like this one. Condition, not mint, but not bad. But the transaction itself was like a little kooky. The guy like rushed up to me. He's like, "Quick, man, need a quick deal, quick." Like, he's like, "What would you give me on this card? I just need quick cash." And I was like, "Let me check." I was like, "Okay, like I'd probably put it at this, valued at this. I could give you like this much cash or this much trade." He's like, "Bro, like can you do better?" Like, I was like, "No, probably not." He's like, "Oh," he's like, "You can sell this." He's like, "You got good margins on it." I was like, "Well, no, I don't know how long it's gonna sit, and it's not near mint, so I don't know how long it's gonna sit." And he's like, bro, just like, I was like, "This is my offer," and he's like, "Okay," and I was like, "Okay." And then he was like, "Can you do $5 more?" And I was like, "Okay, follow me." He's like, "Okay," and I was like, "Okay." So I forget exactly what I paid for this. I think it was fine, but I don't like being rushed in a transaction. I think both parties should be able to, like, take however much time they need. Shouldn't be pressure. Poseidon, how are you, man? Hello. We're doing a little, vendor recap of some of our pickups. I think my net money from yesterday was I totally forget. Somewhere around negative $300. So I left with $300 left than I entered with, but I left with a good amount more value, I guess. So
this would go great.
What does that mean? I don't know. Poseidon going for some Phantasmal Flames. We'll grab those for you. You gotta consider I sold cards. I took in cards. Spent however much. Also paid for the tables. Hopefully the increased value was worth it. So far it seems so good. There are a good number of high-valued cards here, so it's just a matter of did I do well enough to cover my costs as well as my costs on other sales of stuff and yada yada. Quick rip before the old ball and chain comes over. Very nice. Yeah, let's get you some cards. 213, hello, how's it going? And non-bank, Howdy, folks. Let me grab some packs. A lovely little Sunday streamy. And I was gonna put some of these guys on display just to show off as well. I think I feel like I'm down to all day pick up Groudons, Kyogres, Rayquazas, especially with the Gen 3 set coming out. And I personally just love Gen 3, so I think they're sick. Alright, we got some Phantasmal Flames. Did you want random? Did you want to pick? Someone at the start of the day came up to me with the, I got offered both the Gold Charizard and the Alt-Art Charizard, but it's like, people want to get the most for it. I also want to be able to make some money on it, so it's like, I don't know if I could take it in. I think they came to me first because they're like, we're going to shop around, we'll come back. And it's like, okay, they never came back, so they probably got something good. Lucky 7, and then I'll pick one. 7. Let's give you number 3. Need to start hauling ass and get more Sceptiles before the Gen 3 boom. Maybe. We'll see how hard things actually boom, but like it's probably going to be some of those bigger hits, so like those Mega Sceptiles, maybe Sceptile EXs. Some of the Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza. Hope the rest of the card show was nice. Today's the first snowy day here in Germany. So cold, damn. Bundle up, stay warm, stay toasty. Yeah, the card show was definitely solid. It picked up from the start of the day, which was nice. Poseidon, good luck. Pack number 1, first pack of the stream. Boltund, Baneri, Bramblin, Absol, Honchkrow. When Charizard pull, hopefully right now. Granbull, Charcadet, Battle Cage, Ambipom. Pack 2, come on. Psychic Energy, Charcadet, Absol, Swinub, Snubble, Meloetta, Honchkrow, Grimsley's Move, Darmanitan Reverse, Piplup, Rotomi X Full Art. Alright. A full art out of 2 packs. Nothing crazy, but we got a hit. Little ghost. Not bad, not bad. And we'll get you a little side piece. Lickitung from Heart Gold Soul Silver Triumphant. He's got a little bit of wear and tear on him, but a little oldie for you. Shooting 50, huge win. GG's Poseidon, thank you, man. Thanks for going in. Thank you for supporting. Get these to your bin. Appreciate you. Yeah. Phantasmal Fun. They're about to announce, like, the next... Well, they've announced Ascended Heroes. They're probably going to release, like, pre-order info soon. Just crazy. All the past couple sets have just been insane. But yeah, GG's. Have a great day as well, Poseidon. Take care. care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Ciao. Yeah, Ascended Heroes, it got announced in English like the other day. Everyone was expecting a Pokemon Center drop. We didn't get it. We were expecting it the next day, didn't get it. Expected it yesterday, no. Today, so far nothing. Tomorrow maybe. So we've got that coming out in January. The Japanese version coming out in like a week or two. We'll have to get some of that for the stream. All these sets just look so good and so fun, so it's a tough one. Real quick, actually, some of these cards, I don't even remember what they're going for on Collector, so I want to take a look. As a vendor, I'm trying to get, like, the best deals I can, because it's like, I'm taking in cards that I think will sell, but I've also got to hold on to them until they do sell, so it's like, I'm getting them at a good price, but I'm also losing my liquid cash, so it's a bit of a, again, it's a bit of a dance where I want to make good offers so I get good cards, still need to have my margins, want to be able to price them at a price where people are actually going to start taking them, but we are building up the inventory, that's something I will say, so hopefully within the next couple shows I can kind of like take the personal collection back a bit, price everything at like a much more competitive rate so no one's kind of like discouraged from the prices. Yeah. So, let's see. This TB Reporter is going for about 70. This one's like a huge callback to the Gen 3 days, which I love. Delinquent, I think, has been a popular card in the past. So I think that'll be a one that continues to go up. It was a promo, though. And it's crazy to see some of these cheap promos going for such a high dollar value. And then it's like, because I know they're promos and they used to be cheap, it's hard to justify spending money on them. But that's kind of like all the cards these days. The come up is lovely. Happy to see your cards from last week in the displays. It was quite cute. One card of yours that I sold yesterday that, like, it was honestly such a quick transaction, like it surprised me. The Japanese Espeon alt art. Someone just came up, said hi, and they just like instantly said, I'll take that one. And it's like they didn't even like, they didn't look at anything else. They're just like, yep. And I was like, dude, that was so easy. So that was a good one. And I'm like, I'm not super comfortable with the Japanese cards because I don't like know how well the market does. You know what? I had it pretty fairly priced. I might have priced it when it was like $5 cheaper, but I basically had it like right at market. Market's 76. I think I had it for 75. So the person didn't even look up the value though, so maybe I should have marked it at something higher. But either way, sold the card. See a lot of folks asking for Japanese, but nobody carries them. You know what? I will say Japanese is kind of like the next thing people want besides English, because like no one really wants the Chinese illustration rares I have. The odd one here or there sells. But people do seem to like the Japanese stuff because it's like the next best thing if you don't want to spend as much on English. Yeah, exactly. But then they don't want the Chinese cards. So it's like they're still like specifically choosing Japanese. So maybe we do need to carry some of the bigger hits. Like, it's definitely easier to carry like a Japanese Evolution alt versus like any other kind of random Japanese cards. Those feel a little more liquid, so it's doesn't feel as bad. Like, if I needed the money, I could probably post it on like eBay or Facebook kind of thing. Yeah, the exclusives for the Chinese stuff, definitely. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, it's not English or Japanese. Espeon VMAX Alt Art. Let's see, it's gone on a climb, did a dip, did a climb. Maybe people are selling it because they think it's dipping now, which it is after a big climb, but I think Evolution alts, great cards regardless, so we do have an Adabouts run, so let's do that. We'll see you guys in a sec. How much is Parasol Lady going for? Like, that can't be an expensive card at all. $20, you know what? This used to be like a $5 card, so it's actually grown quite a bit, considering. Maybe. So again, I think this deal was $500, so we took in, this card was about $470. This card's about $30, so we're at $500 there. Then we're at about $40 with these guys, another $140 here. So $180. So we gained about $180 worth of value from this transaction. So then it's like, as long as we can sell these things for market, then we're making a pretty decent return. And what I will say is, it's nice to be able to up the inventory. This is now 7 more cards just from this transaction that I can put in the display and maybe take out some of the personal stuff. Let's see, some other cards we got. This was from a different transaction. I forget what we gave to this guy. This was from a different one. I don't remember what transaction was what, so we'll just kind of show these cards. But we've got another Primal Kyogre EX. So maybe the one is going to go into my personal, and then the other on display. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat. The Primal Kyogres and Groudons really only existed in like the one quick era for sets. So pretty cool versions of the guys. I may as well top load this. The one guy, I keep forgetting to offer him his one-touch cases back, but he had his cards, he had some cards in these, and then I take them, and then I have nothing to do with them, really. I personally don't even like these for protection, because I end up chomping at the cards. So, should have thought to give it back to him. We took in a Team Rocket's Murkrow. Team Rocket's Proton, Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick Full Art from Primal Clash, Teammates from Primal Clash. I think this one's got to be solid, especially for GLC players. It's a very good card. We picked up some lower end stuff, just a couple of full arts. Couple cheap full arts, 3 Genesects, which, you know, who needs this many Genesects, but take them in. Binder bulk, exactly. We got a Reuniclus promo. Crussell illustration. Wally's Compassion. It's kind of like a bit of a surprise to me too what I took in, because I don't, like, now I remember them, but like after I see them I remember them, but looking on them, like, I can't think of what's in this box beside me, but once I see them I'm like, oh yeah, I took that in. We got Eradicate, Shaman. People like this Shaman, that'll be a good display card. Joltik, Yanma, Rapidash, Ludicolo, love this one. Don Fuller, I think I might have taken a second one of these, but not 100% sure. Maybe that deal didn't go through. Grimsley Full Art, which is interesting because we have Grimsley in the new set. Joltik on Yamper, what did the artist mean? Dog's getting ticks, man. Musharna. This one was part of a 2-card deal. We took in Zoroark, Musharna, and we got rid of something. But these are two really nice illustrations from Black and White. Yeah. Nicole, hello. How are ya? Zoroark's a pretty sizable one. Okay, this was a little purchase from the guys across from us. I went out to their booth. May have overpaid on this one, but it's for the personal, and I like the nicheness of it, so it's all right, I guess. Electrode Jungle First Edition, but it's got the Electrode illustration from base set. From Jungle, there was a different artwork, but some of the first edition ones had the old artwork. So it's a bit of an error card, but it's a well-known error card. So pretty neat one. Then Pikachu, I gave them a reverse holo Metapod from Evolutions, and they gave me the Pikachu. So that's a nice little Pika to add to the Pika binder. And then Ambipom, Phantasmal Flames. I was like, for $5, I love that one. I'll just take it. Still miffed the dude for the Sceptile didn't even want to budge $5. Yeah, that's a little brutal. I mean, yeah, I'm usually like willing to negotiate with people. Even though my prices suck, I'm still like, yeah, I could see what we could do. Mr. Mike, hello. Let me show you guys the Pika binder. This is my new current initiative. So 2 things. How many felt hats did I buy? How many can I negotiate away from you? Ooh, I don't know, man. This is the current initiative. Celebrations Pikachus. Bidoof didn't even know these existed. And now, in the past week or so, we've decided that we're trying to collect these. So, you know, we're about this far into the binder, almost halfway. They're about $5 each right now. So anytime I see them for $5, I'm grabbing them. Some people have them listed at 7. See if I can negotiate them down to 5, get the cost down. Crown Zenith Bidoof. Genius, I have 30 cash, lost my credit card, and no money in my bank account. One guy at the end of the show was like, I was like, could you do 35? He's like, this is literally all I have left, $30. And I was like, all right, we'll take it. Doing that with McDonald's Pika. A Bidoof plush and the urge to buy it. So yeah, that Pikachu used to be even cheaper. I think it's such a fantastic special card that, one, I really like it. Two, it's got to go up. This will be the kind of fun card where, like, sit on it 5 to 10 years. If it hits $100, it's like, wow, I've got a whack ton of them. The stickler that offered you 80 for your Zard was there. Do you remember what their booth was called? I don't know if we want to shun anyone on stream, but I'm personally interested. What are you guys referencing? Oh, that guy? That's what you're referencing. That is what you're referencing. I thought it was just a mere coincidence. Was a small corner. Some blonde guy near the entrance. Nonald was there. Love how her name's Nonald very much. Such a unique and beautiful name. Wow. Then someone came up to us with like a kind of torn apart Scarlet Violet Master set. So we took in a bunch of cards from Scarlet Violet base. Nothing crazy. I think this card is a little undervalued. It's got a Ghastly and Gengar on it, which are okay. But in general, like the art style, like this is so cute. So I don't even know if I want to price this one out yet or put it in the bin of things I want to sit on. The $30, that's a good way to get a good deal for a $40 card. Exactly. That might be the way. You remember the order of every customer? I don't know. Some of these cards are very cheap too, so I was like, you know what? I will take in all these cheap cards while they're cheap, because they can't stay cheap forever. If anything, that's kind of the best. Illustration rares and alt arts. Cards that just look nice but have a small price tag, especially once Scarlet Violet kind of goes out of print, a lot of these cards could really jump. Kind of in it for the long game, but also if they sell now, they sell now. These are all just so gorgeous too, though. Fake comedian Pikachu, but graded. Damn. How expensive was it? Tarantula, which goes with the Spidops. Scovillain, Arvin, 300. What were you willing to pay on that card, Raw? Dondozo, I think this is just glorious, my lord. Lolliet, how are ya? We got the Pawmot. That's a Pawmi. That's a Pawmot. Is this a Pawmo? That might be a Pawmo. Sandile, love this card. Raw near mint goes from 130 to 150. Unsure what collector has it at. Fair, so you're not trying to spend 300 yet. Penny, alt art. And a cloth. I kind of want to go back and see what these were going for, or what I bought these for. The nice thing about buying Scarlet Violet base stuff like this is like, it feels like we're at a floor. Like it can't get cheaper. So the only thing to do is to either make money now or make money later on it. Hopefully. I can only erupt so much. Give me a couple of hours. If you're spending 300, it's on a card you know will appreciate, and you can just use for trade bait. Very fair. Yeah, some illustrations like Sandile, for example, a $5 card. It's so nice. I will buy it for $5 all day. Arven alt art, a trainer alt art. 130 on collector. $10 for the Arven. Jacques is worth $6. Penny's worth 13. Penny's worth a little bit actually. But say like Jacques, for example. An alt art trainer from the set. One of the highest rarities for less than the price of the pack. The pull rates were great with Scarlet Violet though, but still. Been on a steady decline. Iron Treads. Such a cool looking card. We pulled like 3 of them. They were, God, like $5 cards. Next Felt Hat. Even if it's damaged, got 30 exactly in my pocket. Got hollered at by some old dude handing out free calendars. Never change downtown Hamilton. Never change. $6 for an alt art Pokemon, man. And this one's like got a great texturing going on. I think this one's a bit underrated. A little unfortunate. Oh, there was also... Where is it? I'm pretty sure we got Koraidon alt art from the same guy. I guess it'll show up somewhere in the bin as well. You ever been to Toronto? It's that guy, but on every corner. The Greavard's a little expensive at around $35. So you know what? The Greavard actually does have some value. Is that value here to stay? He was a $50 card, so he's definitely gone down. Barely explored Toronto. The deepest you've been is whenever or wherever the venue History is located at. Beautiful venue, by the way. I've been to History once to see Royal Blood. Pretty nice. So yeah, these cards, I forget what offer I made him. I will say, though, the vendor margins that everyone's pretty used to, which are 70% cash or 80% trade, they're pretty solid, because if I'm buying this stack, say like a $5 Sandile, if I'm selling this for $5, then I need to be taking it in at like $3.50 or less for it to be worth my time, like, at all. And even then, it's like, okay, I'll buy this, I'll sell it for $1 extra. Like, now I'm just out a few bucks until this sells. It's like 70%. It's so hard to get over 70% cash. Spidops is like an $8 card. Downtown sucks. Explore 15 minutes outside downtown. You, like most people, frequent whatever's nearby Union. I studied history once, didn't care for it. Too many wars. Union unites us all, but mainly unites us with the crazy man seeking of urine. What? Excuse me? What? Reeking. Ah. Now that makes a lot more sense. We took in this Garchomp C Level X promo, which is very nice. Depending on who you ask about the condition, I might have overpaid for this one. Because some might consider it damaged with the tops, but I think I just put it at like lightly. No, I must have gone like moderately played, at least. Because it's got some stuff on the back. So this was something. I have to go back and watch the actual recap and clip everything because there's a lot of fun transactions. We took in Zacian Phantasmal Flames Illustration Rare, which is a good one. What's it even going for? It's tough with a lot of these cards because they're nice, but because they're new, they tend to drop off really quick. Zacian low-key became a good Pokemon to collect. 2 SARs in the same year. True. Clip Bidoof all day. Good sir, may I purchase some urine? I am in seek of it. The Zacian's only a $7 card now. It feels like that's approaching a floor. Obviously, it could go lower, but to pull an illustration rare from a pack that costs over $10, and for it to be one of the nicer illustration rares, I think, that seems like, you know, how could it go lower? You got this legendary Pokemon, cool artwork. Ambipom, for example, a $5 card, $4.50, so I didn't overpay for it, and it's for the personal. Maybe people bring it into me and I can buy it for a little cheaper, but I saw the one and I was like, you know. It seems that people want a Bidoof stream set up someday. Yes. Yeah, so if Ambipom goes lower, some of these illustration rares feel like, you know, if they get to a certain super low point, then maybe it's worth buying them all. But at the same time, it's a tough call because you had these cards between Brilliant Stars and Crown Zenith. You had all these illustration rares that just didn't get picked up. J-Belly, Mr. Mike to the gift sub to J-Bell. Too kind, man. Thank you so much. J-Bell, if you're out there, you get some free subbing. Enjoy no advertisements. I feel bad for you, though, because we love the advertisements here. They're so fun. But I guess Mike hates them. Who knows if she ever returns, but you've told her you're live. Well, thank you, Mike. Too kind, man. Too kind. Take all my ad money. Too kind. Yeah, so some of these Trainer Gallery illustration rares. How do I sub and watch ads? I could turn them on. Can't have a dance stream without ads, no sir. Warcord, how are you? So between Brilliant Stars and Crown Zenith, you had a bunch of illustration rares. Packs used to only be $5 though, so I guess it made sense that some of the Trainer Gallery cards ended up being lower in value. But it felt like there were so much more on the market. Like a lot of these things went to like $1 or $2. It's hard to see now when you're paying like twice as much, 2 to 3 times as much for a pack. It's hard to see some of these. I couldn't see them getting down to the $2 mark, but maybe the odd one here and there will. But if it's a nice enough art, it's probably worth picking them up. I'll run Rerun Dan on another tab. Sub on Twitch and watch YouTube stream without ad block. I don't know if I have ads running on my YouTube yet, which is maybe something to look into at some point. Your big brain and felt hat enjoyer. Could not be more jealous. Alright, we got this next stack of things. We took in a little Empoleon EX, Gardevoir promo. A lot of these cards are worth like not even $1, so we didn't offer the guy much, but we basically gave him market. Some of these promos, they're just kind of like, you know, no one really cares too much for. There's not like a big market value on them. Literally 50-cent cards. But we could throw them in like the $1 binder or the $2 binder or the $20 binder. Choo Choo Mother Canuckers? That's crazy. We saw the Garchomp already. Industry Plant Lucario. I don't get it. We took in Mega Gengar EX. These guys, these and Charizard EXs from Phantasmal Flames, I think are like amazing. If the cost on them goes to like $1 or $2 each, I could see these being worth filling up a binder full and then just kind of setting it, forgetting it. Like, give these a couple years and they'll just be like pretty solid investments. Your buddy bought one from me. Bought one what? Of these guys? I did have the one in the binder. See, now I'm at a tough game of like, do I buy them? Do I sell them? If they get really cheap, I buy a lot. I guess I put out a few for like more than I paid, but at the same time, yeah, like throw it in a shoebox, forget about it. Let's own 100 of these and 0 Fusion Strike. Well, here's the thing. In 5 years, this could 10x. Fusion Strike could maybe 2x. Took some candy while my back was turned. No. We got a Mewtwo Evolution stamped. In kind of poor condition, but a neat little stamped card. This one girl had like so much good trade bait, but she didn't want too much from us. And I was like, oh, you wouldn't sell some of the stuff? She's like, no, it's all like trade bait. And it's like, but you have so many nice things. It's like, you can't find any more you like. Like, I wanted all her cards. He just started collecting Pokemon. Got a nice couple Gengar pickups. Nice. How many X for Gold Flaffy? 1.5? At least. At least. We've got Meltan from Temporal Forces. Iron Thorns promo. Pokemania. This is just one of the goofiest cards I've ever seen. You know what? The name honestly speaks for itself. So that's a pretty neat card, I guess. Nothing weird. Want to date her. Not about her Pokemon, I assure you. Mike as a cart, dude, literally. Mike, is this you? Lunala Full Art. This one's like, you know, I was like, this could be an okay one. May as well just put it in the pile. Another Armarouge. Let me see how much this guy's going for, actually. Armarouge could be a little bit of an underrated one. It's got to be at least 20, right? Yeah, right around $19. This is a solid one. It's Mono. Question from a beginner collector trader. Can you talk about prices and things here? Yeah, you sure can. That's kind of what we're doing right now. Yesterday, I did a card show. I had my own booth. You can actually watch the recap here on Twitch or YouTube if you're ever interested, of just like the whole show. So we're talking about some of the cards I brought in, what I bought them for, what people paid for some of my cards, what values we traded at, kind of thing. And we're talking about if some of these cards were worth picking up based on their price and based on how good we think they are. But yeah, welcome to the show. The Eruption Face, that's... You do own the Magikarp hat. A Bidoof hat. If you find one for $30, you have got me. I picked this up. Slowpoke Psyduck GX Tag Team. People are saying the tag teams are falling off a little right now, but I think they'll definitely have their moment of glory soon enough again. Like Slowpoke Psyduck together in a card, you can't beat that. High price tag though, but so nice. Rerun Dan runs most of the time, but if you join the Discord, you'll know when Dan is live. Yes, this is true. Really want to start tag team collecting? There's not really a single one you dislike. They're so nice. So expensive though, it's crazy. So expensive. So yeah, this one, that felt like a solid pickup. It's easier to rationalize some of the larger purchases when you know that they feel like they'll do strong over time. The one guy had like a bunch of the full art trainers, and I was like, some of the cool ones I can pick up. Some of the other ones, it's like, I don't know, maybe they'll fall off, maybe they won't. Kind of tough to say. So it's super hard to get anything near to MSRP where you're from. You're also at the moment trying to pick up mainly Scarlet Violet, so Prismatic PC ETB and 151 Japan booster boxes. You've got an offer on a case of 151 boosters for $9.80 with shipping. By far the best offer to purchase you've had for the last 2 weeks, but seems overpriced compared to other TCGs. Or just trying to snag the odd 151 here and there. Yay or nay for convenience, also considering it's almost out of print. 10 boosters. I'm assuming you're from America and these prices are in USD. We're from Canada here. So $9.80 would be like almost 1,500 Canadian kind of thing. Oh, UK actually. Okay, so maybe even slightly worse price for us. So that'd be around 1,800 Canadian, almost double the price. Oh, but US pricing. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Because market is definitely higher on those booster boxes for Japanese. I will say that I think 151's a great investment and a beautiful set. Yeah, that's the thing. That it sounds like a pretty solid deal. And then, yeah, considering the set is getting close to being out of print, and considering the popularity, I don't see a world where you would ever lose money on that. Like, I couldn't see it dipping to below that. Like, I think you'd always be able to liquidate worst case. Yeah, 151 seems like, and is, one of the strongest sets of the modern era. So yeah, you can't go wrong. Could have bought Charizard for $250 PSA 9 and now, oof, missed out. Tough stuff, tough. basically pull the trigger, or I try to just continue to stack single bundles when you find the needle in the haystack. Yeah. It is nice when you can find that one deal here and there, but I don't know how often that happens, but also like the price doesn't sound too bad, where it's like it almost sounds like you found a big needle now. Maybe. Like, I don't know how much more cheaper you're getting them. Do we ever see them doing a sequel to 151? I 100% see a sequel happening. It might be a while, but what they did for Black and White, and what they might be doing for Gen 3, one day I could see them doing a 151 where every card gets an illustration rare, and then that's probably when Pokemon, like, you know, we're in a bit of a dip right now in the market. We did this giant peak, we're doing a dip, maybe we dip down more. Who knows what we're at in the future, but once the 151, every card has an illustration, that's when we're probably gonna like see the next big boom, and people are gonna be like, I wish I bought Phantasmal booster boxes when they were 500, look at them now, yada yada. I wish I bought 151 when it was like 700 in ETB, look at it now. English do be bananas right now. You sleep on it. Call it 302, my lord. Can always rip some, keep some sealed as an investment. 99% of the time financially. Makes the most sense to buy singles. Way more affordable. Yeah, if you're trying to... yeah, it depends what you're trying to do, I guess. If you're planning on keeping sealed, then not a bad price. If you're planning on ripping, then it's like... obviously you want the best deal, but our finance is like... you're not doing it so much as a financial investment at that point. Ripping is fun, and that's where a lot of the cost comes in. It's like you're paying for this fun. We also have an ad that just hit. Yeah, you're paying this like fun cost. 36 pack booster boxes will cost more than the top cards, so best case scenario you still lose money. Yeah. And that's like Obsidian Flames, for example. Much rather rip the Japan booster boxes than the English 151s. That's very fair. Just rip in TCG Live. The stream exists for ripping. Ripping is fun. Gamba plus the unknown, very attractive. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like... it's... like we sell ripping chips. We don't sell financial advice, although we do talk about it. But it's like... it's a gamble because you have the potential to profit. On average, over time, we're likely not profiting, so you gotta incorporate what is the cost of this fun. Because if you only think about it financially, unless you somehow have like a horseshoe lodged into your body, then financially it's like tough. The guaranteed Master Ball with the Japanese ones, that is nice. Pokemon Pocket. Just got boring for you? You wanted more of an incentive to 1v1 players? I wasn't big into the battling. I liked the collecting, though. Never buy from me, barring horseshoes up here. The professor tells it like it is. Alright, I believe this is the last trade from our day yesterday. And this was a big boy. We've got Surfing Pikachu from Rising Rivals Platinum Era. Smaller deck sizes and how much more simple the game felt. Felt mentioned. This big boy, really happy to have one for the inventory now. Oh, and we got a sticker on it. That's great because now I get to peel that off. How nice. We got this boy. Papa Zoom Zoom gave us one as a gift. I did not want to put it on display. So now we've got one that we can actually sell. Is it chewing on a child? I don't know. It's nice that you can trade the 2 stars in pocket now. How much is this guy going for? I think this guy had everything priced. Actually, I don't remember. It was another guy who had things priced appropriately. This one was also priced pretty appropriately. Am I sending the tag team to PSA? I don't send much, so like I wasn't planning on it. But this thing is clean. So I don't know, man. Like the front looks great. The back looks great. You act as though you haven't sold Sam's gifts already before. Don't worry about it. I do need to get that low punny back. I learned my lesson. I sold one and now I'm like, not again. Someone offered me a 3-pack team-up blister at the show and I was like, that looks great, but I can't justify spending much at all on that. I was like, I can make you an offer. It's low. He's like, let's hear it. I showed him and he was like, ooh. And I was like, you asked for me to show you it. You asked. We also picked up this lovely Manaphy. Gorgeous. I learned my lesson. Sells Gengar parts with felt hat. Trying to sell his only Bubble Mew. Sorry, what have you learned? Listen. It's just for the optics. Koraidon was part of our Scarlet Violet trade-in. So we got this bad boy. Gold Dialga, we finally got this bad boy back in the collection. And he is looking pretty solid as well. Listen, you make a good point. Thank you. I try my best. These price tag stickers are like killing me though. It's like, oh, stop. Stop with the stickers, folks. But yeah, we got this guy back in the collection. This was a nice one because we did a big trade-in. So we got rid of some cards and then upped our value. You just want to ruin my day, don't you? I'm going to have to take out a loan for Felt Hat if I wait till 2026. Felt Hat's going up every day. What did I tell you about stopping this? You're upsetting Mike. You're making me... Ooh, making me crazy. But I am very happy that we were able to... If I was going to sell it to anyone, I'm glad it went to a homie, you know? And then we always know where it is. We always know where to get it back. Okay, come on though. This was from my collection. But we pulled it out and then just put it back in this bin because it was more convenient. But the sticky tabs, man. So much better than these stickers. You gotta peel this up. I don't care what anyone says. Sticky tabs all day for me. And then last we took in a Blood Moon Ursaluna alt from Prismatic. Such a cool card. Always wanted to get this one at some point in the collection. Now we got it through vending. So here's the other thing. By doing the vending, I can take in some cards that I want for the personal collection too at a more reasonable price. Or at least at a price that like benefits me because I'm able to like do things on this sort of scale, I guess. So something like this, instead of paying market price, I can get a bit better price. Maybe I toss it in my actual collection. Maybe I put it on display. Either way, such a sick card. And this is the last of the cards we got from yesterday. How do you have the exact emotes for this? That's crazy. No felt hat in sight. What are we gonna do? I don't know, Mike. What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? I want someone to come up to my stand offering me more felt hats so that I can then buy some felt hats. Yeah, the gift sub emotes. Oh, I guess the batter up one is just for everyone. Alright, so let's kind of show my favorite pickups of the day then. $30 at HobbyCon for your PSA 10 felt hat. You get between now and then. Here's the thing. A $30 cash offer is more than $0 cash in my pocket. So it is an offer for sure. You scratch my back, I give you 30. I would scratch your back for $30. This could be arranged. Roller skater I bought specifically because there's a guy who keeps coming to my booth who I don't sell the roller skater to him at market. And I feel bad. So I saw it, I was like, I'll pick this up. I'll sell it to him at market. Maybe I'll ask him to buy another something with it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just sell it to him. We'll see. Maybe I'll try to schmooze him into the $5 binder. Be like, take a $5 card, take it at market. Bidoof traded you. I'm offering you an offer all the time. Oh. Oh my. Zorark was a solid pickup. Push him into following the stream. I could do that too. One thing he said to me, which like made me feel bad, but then made me think a bit. He was like, "Oh, after all the good trades we've done," it's like, I don't know if we've done good trades. You've always wanted nothing out of my plethora of binders and made me pay you cash, which I personally hated. So it's like, maybe next time I'll be like, pick a $5 card, take the thing. And then I guess these cards. So let's do a quick recap of the big boys we took in. So yesterday we got an Espeon VMAX, Primal Kyogre, Mewtwo, Victini, Primal Groudon, Zorark, Gengar, Koraidon, Eevee Snorlax, Slowpoke Psyduck, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Gold Dialga, Pokemaniac, Manaphy, Surfing Pikachu, another Primal Kyogre. Seriously about Felt Hat? Yada yada. Pedrock, hello. You got a PSA 10 Umbreon from what set? That's crazy. Felt Hat, at an auction on eBay, you're seeing CGC 10s going for half what PSA 10s do. Is this a good deal, or should I spend less for a 9? That's honestly a tough call. I don't know too much about the grading world. But people seem to like PSAs more than CGCs. But it also feels so much better to have your thing say 10 rather than 9. And I don't mind the CGC label. I like how it's black and white. Whereas PSA 10, it puts red on it. It's imposing a primary color option instead of a neutral black or white. PSA 10's like 2400, CGC 10 1200, PSA 9 750. Yeah, I mean that's not bad. PSA 9s though, it feels like you may like it'd be smart to pick up a PSA 9 for 750, crack it, and then just sell it for raw. Encountered the new friend you made at the last week's show. I think he was at your table too. He's vending at the big show in Brampton today. Yeah, not too sure who that is. PSA 10 would break you. It'd break you. PSA 9 is equivalent to raw price for modern, yeah. But if someone, like some people might even sell PSA 9s for less than raw, and then you could crack it raw. If you sell in 10 years, you don't know CGC's value. 90% of your slabs are PSA. Yeah, again with the slab thing, because like I don't know the longevity. Like right now PSA is what people like. There's a chance that CGC or Beckett like overthrow PSA. I feel comfortable knowing Pokemon will stay strong over time. It'll definitely have its dips and lows. But like, I don't know, there's a chance PSA could kind of just like stink and maybe people like CGC more. So it's like, which is better for investing? I don't know. I'm sure PSA 10s will still be fine. But if you could get the CGC 10 at half the price, say 10 years from now, Pikachu goes from 2,400 in a PSA 10 to say like 10 grand, whereas the CGC 10 only goes to maybe like 7 grand. With the PSA one, you've 4x'd your money. With the CGC one, you've like 5x'd your money. Or say one goes to 20 grand and the other's only at 16 grand. I feel like your returns on the CGC could be better. Yeah, I'm doubled on YouTube. There's another YouTube going as well. There's the vertical one. My day's ruined. If PSA gets greedier, which they will, it'll push more people to alternatives. Yeah. Hello, vertical Mr. Mike. Howdy. Okay, now we could start pricing out some of these cards. This upcoming weekend we don't have a show, but the next week. Lolliet with the Prime, 9 months. Well, thank you so much, Lolliet. Appreciate that. Too kind. These YouTube emotes do nothing. I have no idea. PSA could have an absolute vice grip on the scene if they just remove the up charges. I still don't fully understand the up charges. If it has to do with insurance, then I guess I get it. But if it has to do with just like them maybe being more delicate with higher end cards, I don't know. No, I don't see the hearts at all. What hearts? My pleasure. Thank you. Jordan's home, I think, and she just dropped something, so. Made a loud noise. Well, then maybe I'll end stream here. And another time I'll have to price these guys out. Maybe not on stream. You'll post to the server. Yeah, and then getting to a point where I might start cherry picking cards, pricing them at market, and taking back cards for the personal collection. So we'll see. Hello. You guys want to say hi to Jordan? How's it going? Good. These are all the cards I got from yesterday.
Nice.
This one's like a $500. Wow. I know. Amazing, right? And I got 2 of these. All these cards. Wow. Wow is right. Guys, she cares so much. It's crazy. I got this one. Sam gave me that as a gift. So now I have an extra that I can sell without feeling bad.
Yeah.
So that's in the collection. Yeah. So I gotta price some of these out, decide which ones I want to keep, kind of thing. So.
You wanna eat?
Yeah, I'm gonna end stream. So that's gonna be it, folks. You're gonna stand there? Do you want to say bye?
Bye.
No, they don't even see you.
I have my coat on.
Oh, there she is. Hello. The Pokeball, yeah, the Pokeball's neat. We're gonna go into a rerun stream, folks. It's been a slice. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great day. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tonight or not. Keep your eyes peeled in case. It's been fun. Take care of yourselves. Till next time, I'll keep over-exaggerating my head movements like this. Hi and bye, Jordan, says Mike. Finally, the rerun again, you betcha. Alright, take care, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye. Adios, muchachos and muchachas. Take care of yourselves. What?
It's on.
Yeah, it's on. I'm talking to them. Alright, catch y'all later. Bye-bye.